Boom! Welcome again to another session here from my intelligent performance coach Phill. Now, this week's video is a little bit touchy-feely for me. Okay, I met one of the people I used to admire a long time ago. I met this gentleman about 30 years ago, and he had just returned from abroad, and he was a great guy. He had a great future ahead of him, and I just looked at him in admiration. I was like, wow, I just want to be like this guy one day. Now, I met with this guy about 3 days ago, and I didn't recognize him at first, okay, because he has aged a little bit, okay, he has aged a little bit. He's 30 years, older. But when I looked at him, I did not recognize him. He was really, really, really different from the person that I first saw. You could clearly tell that life was not being kind to the guy, and so I decided to say, hey, you know what? We got to shoot a video warning you, saying you can't afford to give up on your dreams, okay? 7 top reasons why you can't give up. Number 1, there is no joy. It's only pain for you to get to your 80 years old, and guess what? You never achieved anything because you gave up on your dreams, because you gave up on pushing through, because you gave up on the promise, because you gave up on what was possible, okay? Look, every one of us has got the same opportunity in this world. Every one of us, same amount of time. All you got to do is keep pushing. All you got to do is stay with it. All you got to do is just wait a little longer and do whatever you got to take to make your dreams happen, okay? So there's no joy, it's just pain. Think about it. 80 years old, you're there, your grandkids are sitting around you, your broadcast has nothing, you haven't left them nothing. Hey, what kind of life is that? Come on. We can't give up. Number 2, one of the other reasons you can't give up is, guess what? It is the easy way. It is the easy route. And somehow society has us a default of taking the easy route. You find a little bit of an obstacle and you're like, you know what? Let me stop. You're supposed to be in the gym. You're supposed to get up and work out. But you're like, oh man, maybe rest is more important. You're supposed to work harder and everybody else stay a little longer. But it is easier to go out and have a drink with other people rather than stay and put in the work. Therefore, you find that you always create this subconscious move that, guess what? You're always the kind of guy giving up. Okay? I want you to just take some time, go through your life and say, hey, is there a pattern of where I've given up on certain things or certain dreams? You'll be surprised. They are there. I did a recap when I was looking at this guy, and about 10 years ago, the things I would start and stop, and I realized, damn, the bug of giving up had beaten me. I had to get rid of it. I had to find a way to say, you know what? I'm going to persevere. I'm going to see it through. My first seminar had 3 people. I could have given up. Some of my best friends told me, you know what? Don't waste your time. In this part of the world, they don't do public speaking. I don't know what. But I kept on pushing. Why? It was easier for me to give up. But guess what? Life is much, much better on the other side. Next, every one of us knows that if you give up, you have sent a deep message that you're not committed to your dreams. You're not committed to making a difference. You're not committed to being the kind of father, the kind of mother, the kind of leader that you're meant to be. All of us have been given the ability to be able to make a difference. But guess what? Most of us give up because of lack of commitment to our dreams, lack of commitment to living a better life, okay? Now this is your challenge. Hey, stop the giving up and be more committed, okay? Be the kind of guy who's committed whatever it takes. Work harder, work longer. Are you going to get setbacks? Yes. You just get up and say, you know what? I've learned from that. I'm going to go and make it happen, okay? Next, who you become along the way is much more sweeter, much more better than even the reward. People who give up never really realize their true potential. They never get to that level where they're like, wow, is this what this was about? Okay? My ability to push through some of these things have taught me some of the greatest lessons. But the person who I have become and I continue to become is a much better human being than, I don't even want to think about what it would be if I didn't push through, okay? It is who you become along the way. It is the character you build. It's the kind of example you live for your loved ones, for the people who think about you, for the people who you have an obligation to inspire, okay? You cannot, okay? Number 5, the price for quitting, ladies and gentlemen, is so much. It's amazing. The price for quitting is 1,000 times more than the price for pushing through. you pay a bigger price for not pushing through in your dreams. You pay a bigger price for not stepping out, for not putting in the work, for not committing. You pay a bigger price for letting your dreams die. And that is just not worth it. It is better to stick with it. It is better to say, you know what, at least I'll get whatever, even if I don't get whatever it is, but I kept going. I did what I had to do. That is a much cheaper thing to go for than the price you pay for looking back on your life and realizing, damn, shit, I lost it there. Okay? Next one. You must, this is very, like I said, this is a touchy-feely one for me. There's so many people out there, even our closest friends, who cannot wait for you to give up. Who cannot wait to be able to come and say, hey, you know what, we told you it wasn't going to work. Who cannot wait, and some of them might not necessarily mean it in a bad way, but they're looking at, they're on the sidelines, they're waiting for you to fail, they're waiting for you to screw up. And yes, you're going to screw up, but giving up is not an option, because then you give them the ability to justify their poor lack of commitment to their dreams. You give them the ability to say, you know what, if he has failed, it is okay to fail. No, you must ensure you don't give them the ability to justify their weaknesses. Remember, when you push through and you get to the end, you will find that you will inspire other people. But this is the other interesting thing. I found that one of the things, and psychology has gone on to prove this, when you reward the effort more than the result, people are much more going to be encouraged to go for the effort consistently. Why? Reward the effort and not the result. You'd be surprised how inspired people are going to be. Next one, ladies and gentlemen, number 7. Be someone's hero. Come on. Look at your children. Look at the people you love. Look at the people you lead. And ask yourself a question. Can I be their hero? And if the answer is yes, then you cannot afford to quit. You got to push through. You got to do whatever it takes, because all of us are here to make a difference to somebody. All of us, if you might not be a public speaker, but you're a leader, you're a mother, you're a father, you're an uncle. Be somebody's hero. Therefore, you cannot quit. Number 8, and this is a bonus. Anything worthwhile, anything worth pursuing, anything that was ever created, anything that was ever designed, anything that was worthwhile took time. Anything that you'll ever create is going to take time. You got to pay the price. And one of those is to ensure that you never quit. There's nothing that was ever achieved by quitters. There's nothing that was ever achieved by people who gave up along the way. No. You got to know that if anything is worth living for, worth going for, you must, ladies and gentlemen, you must understand that there's a time required for that to happen. Okay? And as usual, I'm going to give you one last bonus. You're always much closer to the result than you think you are. You're always much closer to getting there than you think you are. If you've put in 5 years, you might be 2 years away instead of the 5 years that if you stop, that means you've lost 5 years. If you keep pushing, that means you only have 2 other years. And it's just a rule of life. You're always much, much closer to your goals, to your dreams than you think. So whatever you do this week, by the way, take some time, share this with somebody. And I'll tell you what, the reason I did this is because I went through this and I'm going back to it consistently. I'm saying, hey, how do I make sure that I am keeping on them? How do I make sure that I am not giving up? How do I make sure that I'm being somebody's hero? I go back to this stuff because it keeps me going. Am I going to get challenges? Yes. Are you going to get challenges? Yes. But you got to push through. You got to know that, you know what? I am much closer than I think. Most importantly, quitting is too expensive for me to take. So, as usual, share with somebody, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button, because every week we're going to give you some good information to continue helping you to just not only live a better life, but to make a difference. So, as usual, you got to live strong, live with passion, and know that you got the audacity to create a life on your terms. Whatever you do, quitting is not an option.